Good morning, viewers. It's Friday morning, March 7, 2025, and I'm your host, Sunil Thakker of Sunny Talks Money. Welcome to ST Money's 7 a.m. early morning news, where we provide you the latest, concise, and precise stock market wrap with accurate figures and numbers. Big shifts in US trade policy battered markets again on Thursday. Stocks sank, tech shares tumbled, the dollar weakened, and recession fears continued to weigh on financial stocks. Trade tensions battered market again on Thursday as traders and portfolio managers grappled with fears that policy volatility will weigh on US economic performance. Declines were broad-based with financial and tech stocks notching some of the largest losses. The dollar weakened, heading for its lowest close since election day and its worst four-day stretch since 2022. Investors continued their flight from some of the artificial intelligence shares that only 2 months ago were market favorites. Investors have been unnerved by frequent swings in the White House's tariff policy. Volatility seems like the only certainty as policy is implemented, challenged, modified, and then often re implemented. The latest is that the US will pause tariffs on goods from Mexico and Canada that comply with the North American Free Trade Pact until April 2, the White House said on Thursday, just days after it slapped 25% tariffs on the US's two largest trading partners. Earlier, Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick said on CNBC that a 1 month tariff reprieve could extend beyond just automakers, shortly after President Trump announced he would pull back some tariffs on Mexico too. Around midday, Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent called Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau a numbskull, warning his tough approach with the US will lead to higher tariffs on Canadian imports. Trudeau has said his officials are talking with the US counterparts about easing the tariff fallout on some sectors. This week has been a roller coaster in its own right. US import duties took effect on Tuesday, surprising some market watchers who had hoped the president's tariff talk would mostly bluster. The Trump administration has since made additional shifts, first granting a 1 month tariff reprieve to automakers and then extending similar relief to Mexican imports. Later on Thursday, further tariff relief was granted for some items from Canada and Mexico. Sentiment has been hurt by the constant changes in the recent weeks in the White House tariff policy, which many contend are bad for the markets because they weigh on consumer spending and introduce further uncertainty into business decisions. All three major indexes fell, with the tech-heavy Nasdaq Composite entering correction territory, marking a decline of 10% or more from a recent peak. Nasdaq sank 2.61%. The Dow Jones Industrial Average dropped about 430 points, or roughly 1%. The S&P 500 fell 1.8%. Artificial intelligence stocks were among the market's biggest losers on Thursday, with Palantir Technologies dropping 11% and Vistra stock falling 9.8%. Shares of chip maker Marvell Technologies slid 20% after the firm posted earnings that beat analyst expectations but stopped short of impressing the market. The Magnificent Seven, the large tech companies that helped propel the stock market to new heights in 2024, continued the recent retreat. All seven were trading lower on Thursday. The Roundhill Magnificent Seven ETF, which tracks the companies, is down more than 10% this year. Just 24 hours ahead of the US payrolls report, data showed jobless claims fell, offering some relief after other figures pointed to a worsening labor market. The employment print is expected to show a pick in job growth. Payrolls rose by 160,000 in February, a slight improvement from the 143,000 increase a month earlier, yet softer than during the final months of 2024. The unemployment rate is seen holding at 4%. On Friday, investors will parse a crucial jobs report that will shed insight into the health of the US economy. In other market action, dollar spot index fell 0.1%. Bitcoin fell 1.5% to $88,990. The yield on the 10-year treasuries advanced 1 basis point to 4.29%. US Treasury yields ticked higher on pace to rise for the third straight session. And in commodities, West Texas Intermediate crude fell 0.1% to $66 a barrel. whereas spot gold fell 0.3% to $2,910 an ounce. That's it for today, my dear viewers. And if you're enjoying our content, please do subscribe, like, and share this video as much as possible. I will now see you on Monday morning. Have a great weekend. In the meantime, happy investing, stay inspired, and remember, it's all about money.